If you have knee pain when you squat, go downstairs, or even standing up from a chair, that's not a damage problem, that's a strength problem. And I need you to know something, the fix isn't resting it. To truly see progress with your knee pain, you need to slowly and progressively load the muscles around your knee. So here are 4 key movements that help rebuild your knees the right way. But first, here's a quick disclaimer. Now, the first goal we want to achieve when we are rebuilding our knees is not to cause more pain, but instead build more tolerance. Our goal is to teach our knees that it is safe to move again. So here is exercise number 1, the wall sit. We'll do this by putting our back flat against a wall, and then we want to put our feet hip width apart. Then we're going to slide down to around 90 degrees. Now, if you can't go this far, it is totally okay to go a little higher if you need to. Only go as far as you can tolerate. Press your feet into the floor. Your knees should be tracking over your toes. Now, our goal is to hold this position where it is comfortable but challenging for about 30 to 45 seconds. We'll want to do this for 3 rounds, and then we're going to make sure that we rest for at least 30 seconds in between each round. Now, when we're doing these movements, we want to make sure that there is no grinding and no friction. We are just looking for smooth movements throughout the exercise. We want to make sure that we're not working through the pain. We're not pushing through the pain. Instead, we are building tolerance slowly. Basically, if our quads are working and we feel like our thighs are working hard, that is correct. But if there's some pain in our knee joint, we'll want to come up and ease off a few inches and try again. Now, exercise number 2 introduces a little bit of movement. Now that the knee knows that loading is safe, it is now time to control that movement. So for this exercise, what we want to do is stand on a low step or stair. We are going to then slowly lower one heel towards the floor. 3 seconds down, tap the bottom with our heel, and then slowly drive back up on our standing leg. Now we want to make sure that our standing knee travels forward over the toes. If it starts to collapse inward at any point, that is our sign that that is your end range. Don't push past it. We want to do this for about 3 sets, 3 seconds down, 3 seconds up. And now we'll move to exercise number 3, single leg glute bridge. For this one, we want to put our upper back on a bench or a sofa edge or even just the floor. We want to make sure that one foot is planted. Then we're going to drive that heel into the floor, press our hips up, slowly pause at the top, and then lower with control. We can do this 3 times, and then we can do about 3 sets. Now, these 2 movements work as a pair on purpose. Step downs load the knee from the front and build the strength there, and the glute bridges build the strength in the hips and the back of the leg that supports the knee from that direction. Unfortunately, most people only ever do one or the other, and this is where we start to experience knee pain. Now, this next exercise covers a lot of what most rehab unfortunately tends to skip. Forward and backward movement is only one dimension. Your knee needs to be able to handle side-to-side loading as well, and unfortunately, that's where a lot of instability creeps in over time. So this is exercise number 4, the Cossack squat. For this exercise, we'll want a wide stance with our toes angled slightly outwards. We're then going to shift our weight into one hip and basically sit down into it. The opposite leg extends straight out. We want to make sure that we're controlling every single inch of our descent downwards. Now, if our heel on the floor begins to lift, or if you feel like you are always tipping forward, try elevating that leg on a book. That one modification alone will unlock some significant depth right away. And for this exercise, we can do 3 movements and do 3 groups of movements 3 times. Now, our inner thigh muscles are direct side-to-side stabilizers of the knee. And unfortunately, most people have never taken the time to train them deliberately. A couple of weeks of Cossack squats and you will feel more range and mobility in every direction. So this is exercise number 5, the rotation lunge. So what we're going to do is step into a lunge, and once we're set, we're going to rotate our torsos over the front leg and hinge slightly at the hip. It's like you're reaching towards the inside of that front foot. From here, we're going to slowly return to upright and step back. And we want to make sure that we're doing this slow and deliberate. This is a controlled movement, not a cardio one. The glute of the front leg should be working pretty hard. We can do 3 of these movements on each leg and then do 3 sets. And now the final exercise is the elevated heel goblet squat. For this exercise, we're going to put both heels up on a book or a wedge or just anything stable. We'll want to hold a weight at our chest. We're going to then lower down with full control and then pause at the bottom for 1 full second and then stand. We can do 3 of these movements, take a rest, and then we can do 3 groups of 3 movements. Now, this heel elevation does 2 things. It shifts the load more into the quads, and it also unlocks the ankle a bit so that there's less compensation in that ankle joint. When we are able to shift the load into the quads, this helps our knees become more stable because the quad is designed to take this load more efficiently. And so if you can do all of these movements without pain or restriction, your knees are not fragile anymore. They are well trained. So here's the full plan again in summary. For week 1, we're going to be doing wall sits. For week 2, we're going to be doing step downs and single leg glute bridges. For week 3, we're going to be doing Cossack squats. And then for week 4, we're going to be doing rotation lunges and elevated heel goblet squats. We want to make sure we're doing this 3 to 4 times a week. We don't have to do this every day because our tendons need recovery time, especially early on. Now, if you need more time or you begin a round of these exercises and you just don't feel ready, make sure that you continue to do the exercises that you were good at previously, because strength isn't on a schedule. It's just a standard that we have to work up to. So I hope you learned that your knees aren't broken, they just need training. And there is a big difference between the two, because broken things need protecting, while undertrained things need strengthening. So let's make sure we try and give this 30 days. We want to try and be as consistent as possible in those 30 days because consistency always pays off. And if you want the hip routine that pairs perfectly with this routine, check out this video right here where we go over some hip strengthening and mobility movements. All right, make sure you take care of those joints and remember to always stay moving. See you in the next video.